Hello, and welcome to another part of Nothing But Football. Thank you for joining us. I guess is the introduction of the year. Happy New Year! If this is the first episode you watch for 2022, I think we'll just get straight into it because we're already arguing during the break. Just in terms of, I guess right now, what football revolution or football evolution? From a point of view where we're talking about Uncle Curtis. I'll let you explain it better because
Hey Joe, I was just saying that I hate gang press. I hate the type of play where you go and play full intensity, run up and down the pitch. I'm more fitter. I'll win more games. I don't want Jordan Henderson in my team. I've said this on this podcast for the past 2 years.
Wait. Keep that energy just to pull your in because he did a bad job of the recap. So basically we were saying about the intensity of what managers are complaining about. You know, the intensity of football. Give us a break. Give us more subs. Whatever, that kind of thing. So that's to where his point is going, because his point is saying, I don't feel sorry for them. They don't need a break. They don't need less intensity. It's their managers or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to get at it's the manager's style of football that gets to that. Klopp decided to play that way. His players are tired. It's not on me as another manager who plays another different style of football to complain about that. Hey Joe, JJ Okocha wouldn't make a Premier League team in today's style of football. That man is brilliant.
of course.
That man is brilliant. He made a Sam Allardyce team look good.
Sure.
Now because Klopp and all these Germans want to say, hey Joe, run up and down the pitch, we'll out-tie the other players. You want me to feel sorry for your football? No, doc. Remember what Lucas was saying during the break. Jordan Henderson didn't make the starting 11
when he first signed
for Liverpool. He's not good enough a player for Liverpool without intensity. He's not. He doesn't. There were people talking about, here's what I see on Twitter when the people praise Jordan Henderson. He shouts. He runs up and down. He's off the ball work. If anybody tells me about off the ball work when I'm watching football, you are not a baller to me. Do you think we talk about Ronaldo's off the ball work?
Nah.
We talk about Messi's off the ball work? Nah. Although Ronaldo and Messi do great off the ball work, but that's not the first thing we look at when we look at them. When they receive the ball, we're on some Jesus. Look what he did with that ball.
Look like United's new coach, Ralph Rangnick, talking about Mason Greenwood. He's like, technically, this guy's amazing.
Yeah.
I have to make an athlete out of him. That's why it's like, this guy can jam. But in today's world, he has to be an athlete.
Funny enough that you bring this up. I figured we'd also talk about, Ralph Rangnick and his recent results, I guess. Because I think let's actually analyze this, this string of performances. Because
since he's taken over.
But to be fair, he just lost his first game against Wolves. But also, to be unfair, he lost against Wolves.
Sure.
So I thought,
I won't be unfair on that. Wolves have only conceded 13 goals this season.
Listen, I mean, in the beginning of the team, in the beginning of the season, weren't we already talking about them being relegation contenders?
I did before because the manager got fired.
Because we didn't understand.
Listen, that's one thing. Please look at the stats of this game. Actually read them out.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to read the Wolves stat. Possession, 48%. Okay. Shots on target, Wolves have 6-2. United had 2.
Yeah.
Shots, Wolves have 19-9.
Where's the game?
At Old Trafford.
Sure.
That already
touches. Wolves have 659 to United 685. Nah. So Wolves played well, man. Because I was even watching some of the highlights of Wolves. Wolves create chances. The only thing is they're not finishing them currently. Which is why they 8th or 7th, 3 points behind United now after that 7th. Win. You guys are 7th, they're 8th. Nah. So I'm not gonna fight about saying Wolves. I view them as an early relegation contender, but they proved me wrong.
No, listen.
Defensive wise, they're solid. They've conceded 14 goals and they scored 13. So they're winning 1-0 more than often.
Because to tell you the truth, I don't think we knew much about the coach. I think that was the one thing that kind of discouraged us from a point of view of backing Wolves. Because we thought, you lost Nuno, so what's going to happen?
And the change. They
that right back or right mid, Sias or whatever.
The centre back, yeah.
Oh, was he playing on the wing back? Because that man was terrorizing guys on the wings.
Maybe
he was terrorizing. And there was a guy who was just terrorizing United on the wings. And I was like, good signings. The keeper.
Oh,
Marcel, and there was another one, man. It's Zayas or something like that.
Yeah, Roman Sears, yeah.
Yeah, he's a creative player. He was terrorizing those guys. So those are good additions, man. They got Traore coming off the bench in baby oil. To come and terrorize you afterwards. Shining, dog. On some grab me, you'll slip off, dog.
Yeah, because, I mean, to tell you the truth, I didn't really take the Wolves coach. His name is Bruno Lager, yes. So I didn't really take him serious. No, he coached Benfica.
Yeah, it's Portuguese.
So like at first, I just thought, just someone from Portugal. But it seems as though, Portugal's got their things, under wraps. They kind of play the same type of system. If, it didn't take him that long to adjust to this, game style from Nuno's era.
Yeah, but I will give the Portuguese league. It looks like it's earthing good managers, good players. Because we forget Benfica.
Gang long.
Yeah, it's got Edison, Alisson, Nunes, Sanchez, Espirito. They all come from Benfica.
Because I'll look at, let me look at Man United's last fixtures. I mean, they won 1-0 against Crystal Palace. If I remember that game correctly, it was a bit of a...
That was his first game. That was the coach's first game.
Yeah, that was his first game. So, he was kind of figuring out the squad. 1-0 to Norwich was the worrisome game.
Sure. De Gea pulled off amazing saves.
Yes, so I'll do that. The draw to Newcastle was also a worrisome game.
Sure. That was Newcastle felt unlucky leaving that game on some how'd we lose this? How'd we drop these points?
Then they won against Burnley. That was a 3-1 decent win. People were involved. Yeah. And then comes this loss. But what would you attribute, this form to?
So I'd put it kind of towards our conversation of where football is going, right? This season especially, this is for athletes. So literally United's got a team that wants to rely on their technique.
Yeah.
We're better than you. So if we stay in the game 60 minutes, we'll beat you. Football's not like that anymore. Yeah. That Watford game that cost Ollie's job.
Yeah.
That 4-1 it was just Watford pressing us.
Yes. On
some, don't let these guys get the balls to their attackers. They're the ones that are good on the ball. Lindelof is not that good on the ball. Wan-Bissaka's not press them. And that's literally it.
But what I will say to that, when you say football is more towards athletes nowadays, nah? I'm blaming the creative players for not finding how to beat these guys when they press them. Like when Cazorla was at Arsenal, he got pressed. You never saw that man lose the ball. You got to improve. So if athletes are getting the better of you now, you need to learn how to keep the ball better.
Playmakers need to improve.
I hear you, but the thing is now they're pressing your defenders. Okay. So Cazorla was sharp. Towards the end of his career, he went deeper. Yeah. Sharp, but it's not the number 10 you're pressing. Okay. It's the number 3.
Let me put it this way. You say when football goes in evolution. Marco, or what's that guy from Netherlands, man? The great centre back who could play football.
Centre back. No, you mean Germany. Beckenbauer.
Oh, sorry. No.
It was Beckenbauer, I think. And there was a guy who was at the Netherlands who could play.
Is it Danny Blind?
Total football came from him, man.
Van Basten was a striker.
No, not Van Basten.
The guy who went to Barcelona eventually as a coach. Total football.
Total football was a defender from a defender.
If you're talking about defenders, Koeman, who's at...
It's old, 1970s, my boys.
Yeah, the guy you're talking about is a striker. It's the guy that went to Barcelona.
Okay, Cruyff. Johan Cruyff. He's not a striker.
He was a striker or winger. Yeah. He wasn't a defender.
Check Google Johan Cruyff.
Maybe Jordi Cruyff was a winger too.
No, check Johan Cruyff. A defender.
No way.
Cruyff turned from centre back.
No ways. From the wing.
Centre back. Did you see how tall and awkward that man was? Johan Cruyff, what was he? Prove me right.
Okay, but what's the point while we look at it?
What I'm trying to say is the evolution of the centre back who could play out from the back.
No, bro.
Nah, that's what they should be looking to do now. Defenders should look. You pressing him.
He was a forward and midfielder.
Damn it! I was wrong.
Okay, I was maybe wrong. From a midfield point of view.
But total football was that everyone should be able to play any position, so the team can free flow. Whatever.
So that's what I'm saying. So now, instead of having Harry Maguire who can play for the ball, get another player who can play off the ball and stuff like that. So that's what I'm looking at. You have to evolve as a player. So it's the athletes now. I'm a natural better footballer. What can I do to beat these athletes? and take it from there. Because then when you say, nah, they defenders, it's like, oh, so you're only a defender because you couldn't play properly.
But that's been the whole.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's the evolution of football, like we're saying. What's it going to evolve to next? Who's going to be the better defender?
The technical defender.
To tell you the truth, I feel as though this form is due to the fact that what's his name? Ragnick doesn't have the players he wants in the team.
It takes time as well, man. Like he knows what he wants.
Because let's look at what the Gengen press teams. It's normally with it's wing back play. Like the wing backs have to be super fit. Yeah. The wing backs are responsible for everything. Yeah. The wing backs cross. They're the creators. I mean, we struggled with that for a bit. From a point of view where it was Tomayasu, when we didn't have Tomayasu, and it was constantly Kieran Tierney crossing. So I think that's what he relies on. He relies on versatile centre backs. He even relies on a holding midfield who can do the pressing. Who leads the pressing. From a Man United point of view, there's no one I can see who can lead the pressing properly, except Fred. But Fred is one of those players who doesn't really do it that well. Like
there's nobody supporting him though.
But that's what I'm saying. He doesn't do it well enough on his own.
Yeah, he's not a leader of the press.
Yeah.
Jordan Henderson.
Look. To me, Man United's problem is how much they give the ball away. Because the thing is, at this stage, I don't want to say easy to play against, but teams have figured United out. Close the midfield. Make it hard for them to get the ball to their attacking players, because United is up front. If you let us play up front, we will kill you. It's Ronaldo, it's whatever. But Wan-Bissaka must pass the ball to them. Press him.
That's my point.
Press him.
You look at Wan-Bissaka from that point of view. You look at your centre backs in general. Like, okay, Varane does sometimes have that composure. But, playing next to a Harry Maguire who sometimes loses focus.
Some crazy things.
Yes, he loses focus. You can even see sometimes there's no confidence. Like from that point of view, if they can work on that, the centre back pairing, and then the right and left back, because Luke Shaw is decent, but work rate wise, do you rate him really?
Yeah, I do. No, I'm saying I rate.
But I hear you guys. But you know what I'm hating about
work rate wise.
Like his crossing ability is decent for me, but I don't see him going up there and returning like a madman.
I'll only say in comparison to the player that's next to him, because Alex Telles is a baller. Yeah. Right? So as in on the ball, crosses, anything that has ball at the feet, he's better than Luke Shaw.
Yes.
But Luke Shaw, engine, whatever is much better.
But you see what I hate about this conversation that we're having now, guys? We're talking about the work rate of a soccer player. We're not talking about how good of a footballer he is.
Because you don't want them to have days off. All they can do is be in the gym, dog. All they can do is be in the gym.
No, even if they
50,000 pounds, please lift that weight, dog.
Dog, even if they had days off, they'll still play that type of football.
But if they had days off, they could play and practice with the ball at their feet.
They won't. Klopp played that system in Germany.
But this is why I was saying that you're fighting for the system. Even you don't know it, but you're fighting for it.
No, I'm not. I say
your boy Alba came from that football. Is he not a baller?
Wait.
Marco Reus.
No. But listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Sure. You saying that they have no reason but to play this football because of no timeout. It's not that. This is coming from those German coaches. This is coming from those Spanish coaches where they had those winter breaks.
Sharp, and they played football. And I'm fighting that point when you're saying Klopp came from Dortmund. His team played football, boy.
Dog, those niggas pressed, dog. That's why they lost to
Arsenal. They pressed and played football. Ilkay Gundogan, is he not a baller?
He's not a baller. Fuck that
nigga. No. You're saying that man is not a baller. I'm sorry.
What did he do in name me the last influential moment he had in the game?
You see, he always takes it to the realm of name me someone who wore a purple sock on their left foot on Christmas.
Name me the last game where he was the man of the game. Name me the last game.
You know what? I'll actually look back at some of City's fixtures.
Oh, did he not carry City while KDB was out last season?
Yeah, with goals. He wasn't balling though. He was out there busy doing tap-ins.
Yeah.
He's a good footballer.
Now you are just fighting.
I'm fighting to fight because I'm tired of this.
A left-handed right footer who hops on one foot on Christmas. That's why Christmas.
You took it to that way. I just said name me the last game. Like I can tell you the last time that Saka was busy jamming against Man City when they had 7 defenders against them.
Come on, bro. That's because you watch flipping Arsenal. With City, we don't watch. We just remember moments of brilliance.
What moments of brilliance? I remember moments of pressing.
But I will just say, Ilkay Gundogan scored 3 games.
This game on the weekend after the red card, he came on and changed the game.
With 10 men. He came to ball on a 10 men.
He came and changed the game.
He came to ball on against 10 men.
He came and he changed the game.
Jordan Henderson could do that against 10 men too.
Sure. If he comes on and changes the game, you saying when's the last influential performance he had?
10 men.
He came on and changed the game. That's influential.
Against 10 men.
Sharp. I answered your question.
Against the 10 men. I'm like, that's a weak argument, bro. That's a weak argument.
You cannot seriously be telling me that you don't consider Ilkay Gundogan as a baller.
Dog, he's not in my top 10.
Of course, no.
Hold on. That Klopp Dortmund team, Lewandowski, Marco Reus, Gundogan, Sahin,
Mario
Götze. You telling me that guy doesn't know footballers? Dog. They pressed, but he had ballers.
They knew how to play.
They played as well.
Okay, look where he downgraded to now. Jordan Henderson. Giorgio Wijnaldum.
Sharp, because now they must run.
No.
Now it's just running.
He came with that style long time ago. Long time. Don't say now they must run. And that style of running came long.
Put some respect on Wijnaldum's name. Please. When he was at Newcastle, he was
even at Liverpool too.
No.
Even at Liverpool too.
Yes, at Liverpool he knew how to play his role.
Joe, the only ball in that Liverpool team is Keita.
Dude, but you see the thing is...
Well, besides the strikers.
No, but can I say something? No,
this that nigga's a baller. Nah,
this guy... Can I just say something? This guy forgets that sometimes a player comes into a squad and has to have a role. Just because he's now fit into a role, it doesn't mean he wasn't a baller. You can easily just look back at the way they used to play before they got signed by teams like Liverpool and them. And you can see that guy's a baller. Bruh, Wijnaldum was a baller at Newcastle.
Bro, he just fought Trent being a baller.
Nah, bro.
He just fought Trent being a baller.
Trent is, bro. As much as... No, listen. Can't defend,
but he's a baller.
He's a baller. From a right back point of view.
Okay, guys. I believe what works in Trent's favor is the system. The way Klopp wants to play. Not Trent being a baller. That guy is not good enough.
Things can be advantageous to you and you can be a baller, dog.
Yeah, sure, but I'm hating on him now then. Sure. Nah, because to me, he's not good enough to be a midfielder. Nah. But not good enough to be a great defender. Oh. So he's stuck in the realm of Klopp's system works for me. That's why he doesn't make the England...
Stuck in the realm.
Yeah, but he's great at it.
Okay.
Yeah, don't
stuck but great.
Don't listen to the word stuck.
Okay.
Nah? Which is why he can't make the England national team, because there are better players out there in his position. Because if you don't play his system to his advantage...
To tell you the truth, the only reason I think he didn't make the England... the England team is because of the fact that Kieran Trippier went to Atletico.
He was injured.
Eh?
He was injured.
Oh, no.
That was it.
Oh, no.
Guys, he's not even making the starting lineup now.
Didn't he come back? No, but I'm just saying from a point of view where Kieran Trippier, most times they like having that guy who has international experience.
Yeah.
And that's why they kind of pushed him. And Kyle Walker's just a madman.
But again, I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying that outside of Klopp's system, he's meh.
Yo, bro. Dude,
that man will be getting skinned outside of Klopp's system, week in, week out.
Listen, I don't even have the energy to fight.
No, he'll be getting skinned.
I genuinely don't even have the energy to fight you because that is an outrageous thing.
Joe, if you're left back, I expect you to defend. That man can't defend for shit.
Oh, now you're taking it other places. We said baller. He said can't defend, but baller. Now it's
Dude, I'm not dealing with you're good at your job.
We said baller.
But
does this man have technique?
If you were in high school, would you earn the right to wear white boots?
No!
Sharp!
Only
no, definitely.
Eh? Oh, no, in high school. In fact, I'm going to be petty in this argument. In high school, no. You know why? Nobody is fit. Nobody is determined in high school. That man will be getting dribbled by Sipo on the left wing, week in, week out, to the point they take him out.
Dribbled, but when he has a pass to make, he'll make it.
What I'm telling you is that when that guy goes up front, why soccer boot guys don't have time to do things,
you see,
as hard labor like defending.
Guys, what I'm saying is, man, he won't have the chance to go back because Sipo and them will be on some. Hey, yo, man, that left back, we attacking him all game. We're making him defend for his life. He'll be called off after 15 minutes. My boy, They're skinning you, man. This is the second spike 2 they hit you within 5 minutes. You gotta go. We need a defender there now.
Nah, bro.
Everything is give and take. We're theorizing, yeah? Nobody's right or wrong. We're theorizing.
In certain teams, they're going to say, this guy can't defend. Go help him.
So
they're going to call someone else to help him.
No, all I'm saying is the guy that can create 20 goals in the Premier League, you're saying will...
is not a baller. Bro, let's leave this, bro.
That's all I'm saying.
Let's actually leave
That's
this.
all
Guys,
I'm saying.
I'm saying he's neither good as a midfielder or good as a defender.
Okay.
He just fell into a good system.
I think let's leave this. Let's actually discuss.
With one manager.
Let's discuss.
Watch Klopp disappear and see where his career
stop
goes.
Bringing this stuff up.
Yeah,
This is not
I'm fighting.
It's not even an important topic.
It's important because
No,
y'all niggas
it's
are
not.
giving baller titles to the wrong. Reporter Carlos was a baller. Don't tell me about Trent.
Could Roberto Carlos defend?
Yeah, he could.
You see, the look on your face. For those who are listening, this guy just gave me that smile of, I just realized what I said is a lie. Roberto Carlos could not defend. Even Marcelo can't defend, but you consider him
Not
as
a damn.
Okay,
Not
fine.
a damn.
Okay, I'll take all my hate back. He's English. English players are not ballers to me.
Thank you very much. Rather say that. Yeah, then I thought we could actually bring up a topic to
Well,
wrap.
besides Starboy Saka,
Yes, can we wrap up the show?
let's talk about Man City Arsenal.
No.
Those refs. Stop.
I'm going to start off with the refs. Then, when I start off with the refs, we're going to break it down into certain games where there were suspicious calls. I'll put them in that way. So, if you guys didn't watch, I guess in the last week, there have been some suspicious calls by the refs. Even the pundits stepped up this time and decided, nah, enough is enough, guys. These guys are making childish mistakes. So I figured we'd begin with the Manchester City versus Arsenal game. I think that game was reffed by a man called Stuart Atwell. He's
Been
had
demoted
numerous-
twice.
Yes. He's been demoted twice. He's
Gave a phantom goal.
gave a phantom goal. He's got all these, these things. So I thought maybe let's actually get into it. From a point of view, because I had a couple of questions for you guys before I started. I'll start with the Arsenal guy first, and I'll ask you, do you think that guy ruined the game?
He ruined the game though.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I'm sitting back. I used to fight Lucas on this. Well, besides Man United have always been buying risks for year in, year out under Fergie. Nah. But what Lucas kept on saying is these guys are terrible all round, but it equalizes itself out.
Yeah.
Nah. To me, they're terrible all round. It's other teams just feel the brunt of it more than others. Right? Because, man, I watched that game. I'm not saying that he was biased against Arsenal in this game, but he consistently gave bad decisions towards Arsenal. Like the Odegaard foul in the first 12 minutes or 6 minutes where it could have been,
claim.
yeah, it could have been a penalty. It didn't go to VAR. That's suspicious to me. Nah. To me, he made a good call when he didn't give Silva the penalty, because Silva was falling before they grabbed his shirt.
You what? Sorry?
Silva was falling before they grabbed his shirt.
Good call, because he originally didn't give the penalty. He left it.
Because
So
to
you're
me,
saying that-
Silva was falling, and when I looked and grabbed the shirt, he was grabbing the shirt towards him. Silva still fell forward.
The funny part is, even like watching the replays, he even had that angry get up like motion, as in like to Silva, like to
And
get up.
it's bored, it's whatever. It's that's the softest penalties to me.
Yeah.
Nah. His game management, terrible. Like terrible. Like the crowd was getting heated, the game was getting heated. He just let things go that shouldn't have been let go. Nah. And then it was when Martinelli hit the post for one of the goals. What was that man doing in the box?
Yeah.
What was who doing in the box?
The ref.
Oh.
The
Like
ref ran into
he was
the box,
behind Martinelli.
and he basically ran across Martinelli as the ball was coming. And he ran across him, and then Martinelli had to take a shot last minute after basically just seeing it come towards him.
So it's bad. Then you find out after the game, this man in 2012 got demoted to League 1 or League 2 because he was consistently making bad decisions. He gave a phantom goal in 2008, and then it was somebody from the Mirror, Darren something. He's like, "Hey yo, man, look at that referee panel. It's all middle-aged, not my skin color men in England, whichever is the dominant demographic over there." And I hate to say, man, they ain't great at making good decisions, man. They started colonialism, so we can't trust those people for good things. They are not fair people.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. So we need some more demographics. I remember reading an article where they were complaining that black refs make one mistake and will never see another Premier League game in their life. In fact, we haven't seen a black Premier League ref in years. If ever since that one black ref we had back then. We haven't we haven't seen one since back then. But these colonialism guys keep on making mistake after mistake after mistake, get demoted, get promoted again. It's all middle-aged white men in that thing, dog. And they're all terrible refs.
All right. No.
That's how I feel about it. And I'm with Lucas. They're all terrible now.
I've got a two-part question, basically. Well, not two parts. I'm going to ask you two questions because I feel as though Curtis has covered a good amount that I was going to ask him. The first thing I was going to ask you is that there was a penalty appeal from Arsenal's point of view. Martin, I think it's Martin Odegaard.
Odegaard, yeah.
He had a penalty appeal. You think there was a penalty or not?
You know what, nah? That one, I'm honestly not sure. I watch it, I say penalty. I watch it, I don't say penalty. Because the contact is Odegaard stepping on the goalkeeper. But Sharp, maybe he's impeding a run or something. But it's not the goalkeeper impacting him. It's him stepping on him. It's Odegaard stepping on the goalkeeper. But should the goalkeeper's leg be there? That's the question I don't have an answer to.
Also have
but that one should have been said. Huh?
Yeah, his arms. You should have seen in the replay. His arms. He grabbed his leg at one stage. Edison. But
can I say?
Okay. That I don't know. But the referee should have been sent to the monitor. So that one, honestly, I'm not sure. But the ref should have made that decision.
Because I'll also say that there was an angle where it looked like what's his name? It looked like Odegaard stepped on him, but on another angle, it looked almost like what's his name? The goalkeeper kicked through him. So he kicked through him and he got contact with the ball. So that's why I'm saying it was more
angles.
It was the angles. But the consistent thing is he had control of the ball and Edison kind of, interrupted.
That's why I say, honestly, on that one, I'm not sure. Yeah. But like your keeper said after the thing, like, why does one go to get checked and the other one doesn't? That one, honestly, the ref should have made the call.
Yes.
I'm seeing the different scenes and I'm thinking, fuck. No, half the time I look at it, I say penalty. Half the time I look at it, I say, nah.
Nah, I get you.
Okay. Next.
And then the other question I was going to ask you, Gabriel Mangalaenges, I forgot what his name is.
Yeah.
Gabriel, our centre back who got sent off. Looking at basically the sequence of events, do you think it was a rightful send-off?
So, do I think the second yellow card is correct? Yes. The first yellow card, I don't know. But you're on a second yellow, how you pulling people back on the half. That's obstruction.
Yeah.
That's obstruction.
Okay.
You pull the player back and then you did it.
But it's game management to me that now. You can see the game is hot and heavy after that equalizer of a penalty 2 minutes later.
So you're saying they should let him get away with the second yellow?
That's what they do in the first 5 minutes of the game. Hey guys, the first 5 minutes of the game, don't. You see where the instant consistency comes from me.
But now you're asking them to do something they don't do. You're just saying it yourself. That's what they do in the first 5. That wasn't the first 5 minutes.
No, but I'm saying it's a heated moment now. You can see tensions are high. In the first 5 minutes of the game, you say...
If you're saying consistency, you're saying the consistency is in the first 5 minutes.
No.
You're asking them to change something to benefit Arsenal.
No, it's not to benefit Arsenal. Yeah. I'm saying in the first 5 minutes, they're saying we don't want to ruin the game. Case in point, Salah's elbow against Chelsea the other day. We don't want to ruin the game. Let's not be rash in the first 5 minutes of the game. After a team just felt aggrieved, you saw the heated arguments. You're okay with ruining the game then, because it's not the first 5 minutes. So the intention to make a decision is we don't want to ruin a game. Nah? At 1-1, the game is still in the balance. Sometimes it's letting some things go because it's like on some.
But I hear what you're saying now. But what I'm saying is you're giving me a set precedent and saying why don't they put into here which is not a set precedent. You're giving me to say that's what they do in the first 5 minutes. This is completely isolated. They should do the same thing.
No, I'm saying it's game management. I'm not saying different incident. I'm saying it's game management. Because the first 5 minutes of the game, to me, it's game management. Name me not put a team at a disadvantage after 5 minutes. Yeah. After a team feels aggrieved, it should be game management. I should understand emotions are high. Because first 5 minutes of the game, they could say, maybe this guy is not warmed up into the game. He might run and do a rash tackle. I shouldn't give it. In both instances, if I had my way, in both instances, you give fouls for both. Don't decide first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
It's ash. Because, hey, you made a stupid tackle in the first 5 minutes of the game. You should be punished the same way in the 67th minute. If you don't have that thing where you're doing separate things for separate things, you don't have that argument.
So I agree with you now. But what I'm saying is, say they do that game management, but it's against Arsenal. You're complaining still. You're complaining to say, that whatever opposition player should. That's why I'm saying, if you're giving me a precedent to say that's what they do in the first 5 minutes, at least that's what they collectively do. But then you're asking for an individual moment to be waved through, and that's why I'm like, that's
because even that first yellow.
Yeah, I don't know about the first yellow, but even the Bernardo Silva penalty, it's soft as hell. But there's 3 contacts.
Boy was falling before the knee contact.
3 contacts.
He was falling before the knee contact.
That's what I'm saying. I give it to you. It's soft, but if I hit both of your knees, nigga, that's
as you falling.
But funny enough,
I hit both of your knees.
No, but funny enough.
He gave for the pull of the shirt.
He gave for the.
That's why I'm saying 3 contacts. I've hit both your knees and pulled. That's a penalty.
No, but
it's
no,
soft.
He specified a pulling of the shirt.
Yeah. But
He
what
was
I'm
falling.
saying is there's 3 contacts.
But there's 3 contacts. But now we're arguing the decision he made based on what?
I'm saying we don't have to because there's 3 contacts. I've done 3 things wrong. At differing levels of severity,
This is
but
how
I've done 3 things wrong.
This is how these refs stay in these things.
But also my other point is
I hate that's a penalty. Sorry. I hate that's a penalty. But I'm just saying 3 contacts is a penalty.
You're justifying it. But what other pundits were actually calling is that if you guys remember in the beginning of the year, there was that action, that call of action by the referees to not give what's deemed as soft penalties, i.e., if, there's contact with, players' knees and the guy just decides to buckle, they wouldn't give those type of penalties. It would have to be a clear and concise, contact. And what I saw, actually, funny enough, and I agree with the pundits, but it was mostly Ian Wright who said this. They said they can go from 1 week to having a situation of a penalty where it's there is clear contact, but they'll say, nah, we're not giving those soft penalties away. Then next week they come and they decide to double down and give the softest penalties. So what they're basically saying is that there's no
consistency
level of consistency.
So I hear what you're saying and I agree what you're saying. I'm saying no matter what the rules are, that's a penalty. Because that's 3 my guy. Wait, the Odegaard, like I said, I'm not sure. I honestly feel the referee should have been.
But it's context.
But to me is, the guy's gone this way, then gone the other way. You've gone for it, then come back, slowed him down. But because you got him, dog. You got him. Okay. You got him. That's a penalty. They lashed you. You came 3 contacts. That's a penalty.
Can I just say something? The fact that you don't want to give a clear and concise answer for the Odegaard one tells me that you're implying bias. There's a little bit of bias here because you said something earlier on that implied that you were kind of saying, nah, that should have been a penalty. Because
the Odegaard one.
Yes. You kind of said the ref should have gone to the monitor. That already tells me that you think that should have been a penalty. But, in terms of the standard.
Because my thing on the Odegaard one is because obviously a penalty is you fouled me or you've impeded my run, right? So where I say to you is, to me it looks like, to me it's Odegaard's foot is on the goalkeeper's foot and then goes away. So for me the thing is, does that impede him?
Yeah,
it did.
And I'm there too.
Because
I'm there too, but I'm like, why can't the ref make that decision?
Most of those frames were freeze frames in terms of this way. This is what happened. The guy's running this way. Foot comes like this.
Yeah.
Sweeps.
Yeah.
So maybe, there was a freeze frame where there was a point like this, but then it went and swept down.
Yeah.
So hence why I'm saying that I feel as though by the standards of the game, it should have been a penalty.
Yeah.
If both situations were penalty, we wouldn't be complaining about this.
Sure. That if that was a penalty, honestly, I wouldn't have fought it. Honestly, I wouldn't have fought it.
But you know what I was saying?
First yellow card, Gabriel, he was pushed by Rodri into the referee.
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure what it was for, to tell you the truth. Because like I was saying, while we were watching, and then
the first yellow.
Yes. Because they were highlighting that I think Because it's a possibility that it could have been for Gabriel stepping on the penalty spot. That's
what they said. Yeah. I remember the commentator saying that.
It was either because he got pushed into the ref, or it's because he stepped on the penalty spot.
You're giving yellow cards for stepping on the penalty spot.
Hence why I'm saying that for me is the first time. It's the first time I've seen that. It's the first time I've seen that. Stepping on a penalty spot should not be a big deal. And that's why
the player can still go there and level the ground out.
So either way,
Either way,
it's a soft yellow card. Yeah.
But even speaking about that game, like the one thing I'm proud of is the Arsenal team over there. And they still fighting determination up until the 92nd minute. Rodrigo, when they hit him with those bottles, boy, that's what you get when you want to antagonize the away fans, the home fans. I don't know what he was thinking. Like, if they hit him with a glass bottle and he fell on the ground, I'll be like, what were you thinking? Yeah. What were you thinking? The only other thing I can say about that, it's the amount of small fouls other teams players can get before they get a yellow. It's a lot.
Okay, I want to hear you say this because I think the same about Arsenal in that game. So I'm surprised I'm hearing it on the other end.
Can I please actually highlight something that I once heard while commentators before? And they said it in a joke. They said, if you don't know what's wrong, if you don't know who to blame Shaka. These were words that
from your own fans.
No, commentators.
The world.
From a commentator. There was a game. It was the Norwich game.
There was even, I think,
where something happened and then I don't know if it was a talking to or whatnot. Shaka got given a yellow card. It was like an early situation. And they're like, the way they were complaining because they're like, the way that yellow was given, it was like a knee jerk because you turn around, you see Chaka's face and you're like, nah, problem child. I need to sort this out right now.
Okay, that's why I'm gonna come.
But even in this game, Chaka, I think
Saka
got a what's his name? Yeah, he got a yellow card for asking what for. In terms of,
he kept on getting kicked and he's like, my man.
Yeah, he kept on getting kicked and he's like, bruh, like, are you gonna intervene or something? And then he got a yellow card for them. Chaka in this game, I think it was during the penalty where I think it was either protesting or he was trying to separate the guys. And then it was during that whole pushing motion. Yeah. And then I think that's where Chaka got his. Because, turn around, you see that familiar face. Oh, yes. This is a guy I can make an example out of.
And there was
but obviously you're talking towards the descent, odds for descent or whatever.
You're talking about that. There was also a point where, dog, did you see how many small fouls Rodri did in that game? Just pulling players on the run. Sure. Busy. That's the first Chelsea yellow.
This is what I'm saying.
Man City yellow.
This is what I'm saying. This is a typical tactic. This used to be Fernandinho's role. You know that running behind, grabbing you all the time.
Yeah, but because I didn't go to ground, the rest is like
exactly.
That's a Premier League thing. But I don't think that's
but there's certain teams that
use it well.
That use it very well.
Definitely, Fernandinho.
Let me ask you, Lucas.
All the time.
In terms of red cards, who do you think have the highest amount of red cards in the Premier League?
Arsenal.
How? We don't
that game. Dirtier than City.
No, we are known for
more
beautiful football.
Than City.
We are known for beautiful football.
You are such an aggressive team. In that game, I was actually shocked. I was like,
Potion.
In the Arteta Arsenal. No, let me not say the prehistoric Arsenal.
But we're the first team in Premier League history to get 100 red cards.
Yes, rightly so.
How?
I agree.
How?
Look back at your red cards.
No, you are
back at your red cards. No, the thing you're doing there is you're sort of saying because I have one foul compared to your 10. But look at the severity of your foul.
Oh boy, Chaka's red cards. People have literally said
2 feet. Chaka 2 feet.
You know what? One day we're
gonna sit down with you and show you the highlights
and do the company.
You know, that's the thing, man. You can't think of an Arsenal player who's called a low score. United had 2. They don't have that many red cards. Scholes, King. They were known for bad tackling.
They've got many cards.
Premier League era.
Premier League era.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
But okay. Sharp.
We are the dirtiest team. I'm not saying we're angels. I'm saying we are. We're not saying that. I'm saying we are the dirtiest team in the Premier League in terms of tackles.
No.
So we the team that gets kicked. The team that was known as soft for 12 years in the Premier League.
12 years. The team that has probably, I can put out leg breaks and we have yellow cards for leg breaks. Bro. They break our legs.
All I'm just saying, I watched all against City. I thought you all were more aggressive than City was.
No, we're talking Premier League now. We're talking Premier League.
Listen, I can't sum up 10 years or whatever years into the thing, but I'm saying
the City game,
you'll get red cards.
No, with the City game, I can kind of agree with you because from a point of view with Gabriel is an aggressive guy.
Yeah, I've been saying the whole season, I can't believe how aggressive this team is.
Gabriel is aggressive. Chaka is aggressive.
Yeah.
Actually, Chaka is not aggressive. Chaka does what Rodri and Fernandinho does, but he can't hide it as well as
he goes off his feet when he does it.
Yes.
That's the
no,
difference.
Man, this man doesn't even get red cards for two foot tackles. It's for the grab.
It's the grabs.
He hasn't got many red cards for 2 foot tackles. It's for the grabs.
The straight reds.
straight
When
reds.
I'm thinking Chaka, I'm thinking the straight reds. The straight reds is never a grab.
It is. There was one
Straight
grab.
red, a
I'll
grab.
show you. There was one grab where he did it on the halfway line and there were still players that could cover him. And they literally gave him a red card. Then they showed another highlight where Fernandinho did that and he got a yellow. It's literally like that. Even there was
he was
Okay, that sounds wrong.
Grabbed after being deemed as last man. So yeah, like that's
Okay,
why
when I think of Chaka red card, I'm thinking he's 2 feet tackles. He's got a couple. He's got a couple red cards in his time.
To tell you the truth, the first 2 or 3 seasons of Chaka's red cards, yes, I can agree with you. They were very bad. Because even from Muchen Gladbach, he already had a bad reputation from a red card perspective.
For yellows, yeah.
Yes.
And a lot of cards, yeah.
Yes. So hence why I'm saying there was a time where it was worked on. But because of who you are, it doesn't matter. You will receive a red card because you are Chaka. Not because of what you did. Because of who you are.
Okay.
So I feel as though with him, that's a situation where that happened to him.
I get you, I agree, and it doesn't make sense. A beautiful footballing team have the most red cards, but
no boy,
it's the team that should have more red cards than you got relegated in and out of they didn't spend as much time in the
not
league
when
as
you have Keane and Paul Scholes busy copying players left, right, and
we
center.
were winning leagues. We had the ball more than most teams.
Nigga,
we had offensive positioning more than
just
most
the thing,
teams.
man.
Don't fight that. 13 titles. What's that?
Okay,
your
no,
lost
I mean,
games.
no,
your lost games.
We're not fighting
Can I say
titles
something? Do you remember Skinhead Rooney?
Yes.
Do you remember Skinhead Rooney?
Yes.
There was that one time, I think it was against Hull City.
He punched the player on the floor.
The drop ball where he was just running two
Sure.
guys.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I'm just saying that there were moments like that where your team, because of guys like Rooney, it's deemed, he's a hard worker. He throws himself into it. That type of guy. But it's a raw, brutal tackle. But because of who he is,
Dog, I'll never forget.
Deep. And Arsenal traditionally.
But this is saying to justify how Arsenal got to more red cards than this one. One incident. That's what I'm saying. You guys, come on.
You're saying one incident. We give you one incident. Now. I can give you an incident. Rooney punched somebody on the pitch. Didn't get a red card in the Man United shirt.
Is there no incidents where Arsenal should have gotten red cards?
Punching people.
No, to tell you.
Now you put it to that. Is there no incidents where you got away with not getting a red card?
No.
Yes. That's what I'm fighting.
No.
There's none. There's none.
We always get the red card when we deserve it.
There's none. So if we go check, Arsenal should have got a red card. Yeah, there's none.
I think we can go check. We know when this all started.
What I'm saying is, at least let's keep it apples for apples.
No, go find it.
When they called the guy arrogant for saying I could go unbeaten, they told him, they called him arrogant.
Yeah.
It started all from there.
Did they not call Jose Mourinho arrogant when he said, "I'm not one of the bottle, I'm a special one"?
No, they praised him for that.
They praised him.
No, they didn't.
They did.
They called him arrogant.
No, they didn't. They praised him for that.
Why do they call him by that? They called him by that name. Sharp stuck when he did it. If he didn't, yes.
No, exactly.
The whole season they were on some. Yeah, it's the special one. Let's put this. Then he backed it up.
But all I can say, let's also look at Mourinho. Immediately after he wins, don't things just go horribly wrong for him?
No, 100%. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm not trying to say, listen, you guys shouldn't feel aggrieved. You should. Footballing team like this, first team to 100 red cards or whatever, it doesn't make sense.
Yes.
But and I agree with you there.
But also,
what I'm saying to you, the teams that should have more red cards than you is because they were out of the league.
And I'm telling you, Man United should have more reds than us.
How? What I'm telling you is
have
how?
more scope players. Rooney should have like 5 more red cards.
Hold on. But what I'm saying to you is, you get into that position when you're defending or whatever. You can't tell me the team that has 13 titles defended more than you. We were in less situations to get red cards than you were, is what I'm saying. You probably had more technical players, but in the situations that call for them, you all were in those more.
No, we're not. We had more of the ball. We were known as the possession team football, Lucas. You're talking about winning league titles. I'm talking about game to game.
I'm talking about that too. You can't tell me you had better game to game when we won more games, Lucas, when we scored more goals, when we did over that period. You can't tell me that.
Let's break it down. You didn't score more goals than Arsenal.
How? Who's got the most goals in Premier League history?
In Premier League history, but I'm saying during the Wenger era,
is the 100 cards not in Premier League history? Why are we talking Wenger era? We can't go to a shortened period if we're talking.
Can I talk? Who had more possessions between Man United and Arsenal?
Okay, but
United. I'm pretty sure. Wenger era is 16 years.
Okay, wait, but I think you're failing to understand the point. Yes, Sharp. Maybe we shouldn't compare ourselves to you, but there are other teams.
I agree.
Liverpool.
I agree.
Liverpool.
Tottenham.
I agree.
Chelsea.
I don't think Tottenham was necessarily a dirty team.
But in Premier League type, they've been in the Premier League all these years.
As soon as we're done here, I'll even show you there's a compilation of Steven Gerrard tackles alone.
Yeah.
Where they say these were those hearty, ballsy tackles.
Sure.
Where he literally was getting guys in
2 feet.
2 feet.
Okay.
But hence why I'm saying that.
That's why I'm saying I agree with you, but it's not far off. If Arsenal shouldn't be the first to 100, they should be at 94 and Liverpool should be at 100. I'm saying it's not that drastic.
But I'm
drastic,
just,
my boy.
I feel as though
Liverpool and other clubs are not there.
That's the thing that he's trying to point out.
Liverpool and other clubs.
I didn't see the list.
It's Leicester. It's fucking Wolves. It's like, it's not a top 4 team besides Arsenal thing.
Yeah. So hence why I'm saying, like, I understand what he's saying. But you also, you made it about Manchester United.
I didn't make it about Manchester United.
No.
Yes, can you Rooney talk?
I'm saying you guys were fighting each other about something very stupid.
Yeah.
From that
but also I'm saying, he's going back to the Wenger era. One last point. Wenger played 1-1. 1-1 means it's always a last ditch tackle.
My boy, it's never for last bit tackle. Like, I'm gonna have to sit this boy down and show him which red cards we got and why they were undeserved.
Then you must show me everyone else's.
Yeah, I'll show you your team and I'll show you the red cards you should have.
Sure.
I'm sure there's somewhere where we can check and say all red cards for the season.
Okay.
We can literally start breaking it off that way.
Okay, cool.
Start saying, okay, red cards for the season. There was a time there was a Eddie Nketiah red card. I can't even remember it. It was either last season where I think he was turning around or something and he mistakenly kicked the guy. I can't, but I'll look for it.
The David Luiz red card where they nicked his.
Oh, where the guy kicked him while
in his last season there when yes. I remember that.
That was never a red.
Yeah, fair.
He was last man.
It nicked his. It nicked, not a tackle. I'm running and you nick my kneecap.
So he's running across like this, and then
not even full contact.
His feet.
You literally nicked my shoulder, my
Wasn't
kneecap.
there a similar situation?
And there was a similar situation 2 weeks later where another team just got a yellow.
Okay.
And then
but what's the rule? If I'm last man, it doesn't matter what the foul is. It's last man, right?
No. The rule is you have to be intentionally bringing down the man now.
Okay.
Otherwise
even if you're last man.
Yeah. Otherwise it's double jet. Because they say if you try and make the tackle and it's a good clean tackle, yes. But if you look like you're not trying to even get the ball, you're just trying to take the man out.
Isn't that in the penalties? Oh, it
was in the penalty box.
It was a penalty box. So that's why they were saying that literally, I think it's in the same weekend, Bednarek. I don't know if he was playing against you guys even.
Southampton.
Bednarek did a similar situation. And then he got a yellow card because they're like, dude, we're already giving you a penalty.
Yeah.
If we give you a red card as well, that's like, we're basically condemning you.
I wonder who's the player that's gotten the most of those red cards in the Arsenal team, right? If Arsenal's the first to 100.
Well, we'll check that.
It has to be
probably check about we'll check.
Probably.
But it seems like it's spread evenly across the team because I don't think any Arsenal is amongst the top red cards in the Premier League player. Any specific player.
Fair enough.
I'll have a look, but to tell you the truth, the history dictates that it's Xhaka.
We'll check.
Sure.
Yeah, man.
But heated debate. I love you guys, though. Screw Lucas with these outlandish football takes. Believing a team with skinhead Rooney, Loskop, Scholes, and madman Roy Keane shouldn't have more red cards than beautiful Arsene Wenger, dog.
Now, I really was going to say we could probably talk about the money incident, but I don't think we really care that much because...
Nah, that should have been a red.
Hey?
That should have been a elbow.
Okay.
Nah, hand up. Hand up.
I thought it was soft. Nah. I didn't see it properly. But if they say it's a red, it's a red. I won't like it. I didn't see it properly. From what I saw, I was like,
No, but you remember that...
I'm like, he's black. They're thinking he's violent.
Did it go to VAR, that one?
No.
It did. But not. He didn't go check it out in the box.
No.
I think it was a VAR check. But I'm assuming it was that same thing of you don't want to start off a game that way.
Yeah.
But Mane has done this before.
Yeah.
And I hate to pull out my team again, but he did this to Tyranny. Yes. That whole thing of while you're jumping for the ball, you go with your elbow.
Yeah.
It's not his first time. And he never got a red card for that.
Joe, it's unconscious bias that a lot of these refs have.
Yes.
And this unconscious bias happens because it's a lot of middle-aged white men.
Yeah, no, I mean, Mane is a sweet young black guy.
He's from humble beginnings. He works hard.
He doesn't drive a fancy car.
Case in point, it was an interview that I saw when they were busy praising soccer.
Yes.
And they were like,
Paul Merson.
Not Paul Merson. It's a guy from Chelsea United. Dan Hutchison.
Yeah.
And the praise they were giving Saka, he's such a humble boy. He's quiet. He just gets his work done. We don't see him with the pink hairstyles.
No, this is what he said. This is where I knew. We don't see him with a blue and blonde stripe in his hair.
So I sat there and I looked at it and they're talking about
being Pogba.
Yes.
So we're like, the only reason you're mad at Pogba is because he's expressive. Is because he goes out there and puts, and they were like, hey Joe, what about Foden with the blonde hairstyle to the World Cup?
They said nothing.
What about Grealish with the green? There's tons of English white players, who even just white players in general, who put out outlandish hairstyle. I'm sure there was one with blue hair.
I'm sure.
Jorginho won the World Cup and dyed his hair blonde. They said not one thing, but when it's a black player, no, he's humble, he's hardworking. When Pogba comes and I'm not even gonna lie, Pogba is a better footballer than Saka. At this current moment in time. But because Pogba is more expressive, it feels like, nah, my boy. And that's that unconscious bias that gets into a lot of these ref things and a lot of the decisions that go against teams.
You shouldn't be that loud.
Yeah.
You come from you shouldn't be like this.
You should be grateful.
You should be like Kante.
We let you in.
Yes.
Because I also saw another example and somebody commented, they were like, when Kante joined to Leicester.
Yeah.
And he wanted to jog to the training ground, he wouldn't buy a car. And they were praising Kante for buying a Mini Cooper and what, because it's like, he's from humble beginnings. And they were like, guys, do you understand that man was probably jogging to training? Because poverty it's crazy, man. Like, when you come from poverty, you never want to go back there.
And they signed him from League 2 in France. It's not like he was on.
He wasn't on.
Like he was on.
It's like that man knows what it's like to be broke. You think he's going to go buy a Lambo? Nah, he's been broke.
Yeah.
What do you think his salary is at League 2 in France? It's probably 5K
that nigga come from a war zone, dog. 5K if you like.
Dude, they roll. This is why I've stopped, this whole thing of Kante actually. Of when they make him this poster child.
He's just quiet.
No, to tell you the truth, I've stopped liking it because it's like they're romanticizing poverty.
Sure.
Is that, and that boy's wasn't he from a war zone?
Yes.
That boy is seeing things, bro. He's sweet because he's seen things.
So they basically want everyone to act like that guy.
Sure.
When
but Zlatan speaks with his chest out. Oh no, we love him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's what
says nothing.
Paul Pogba is blue hairstyle, danced at his brother's wedding.
Pogba's never late at practice. He's never skipping practice. He's never
said one thing in the meeting.
Guy even used the dangling earring. I was like, dude, you don't even have to make it this obvious that you don't like him. Oh yes, and by the way, guys, if you guys want to know why, what's his name? Why
Graham Souness?
Why Graham Souness hates black people? Check out the name. I'm sure you guys know it.
The worst Premier League player ever. Look for the worst Premier League player.
Yeah,
Adi Elia.
Yes, Ali Elia. Yeah? That guy who claimed that he's George Weah's cousin. guess who was the guy who said who got the call from George Weah? Who?
Graham Souness.
He was coach at Southampton.
Was Grahamson his coach at Southampton?
Yeah, they had a
And
terrible
then
start.
he was apparently the guy who approved this guy's move into the league. So you see, this is where the trust issues come from.
Sure.
He just sees that guy flashing every time, bro. Yeah. But yeah, I just thought that was an interesting point. Yes. Don't blame, do blame him. He
broke Liverpool.
He is a stone cold racist, Graham Souness, but yeah, he got swindled, so. But yeah, guys, I think we can leave it here.
I mean, half an hour more? No.
I'm tired of arguing with this man. We've argued, man.
But yeah, guys, thank you so much for joining us for the first episode of the year. And yeah, hopefully you guys join us for many more. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and yeah, guess let's just leave it there, guys. Say your pieces and whatnot.
Away.
Gang.
Away, guys.
Premier League is biased.
Sure.